Okay.
So this is the Baccalieu Trail area.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
I know, isn't it
Beautiful.
gorgeous?
It's like living in a calendar, right? You know how every
calendar.
time you turn the page,
It's another beautiful spot.
scene?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. I'm Marley.
And I'm Morella.
And we're the
Trailblazers.
We're out here on the road in Newfoundland and Labrador in search of stories. A place where there's a story around every single corner.
This week we're on the Baccalieu Trail. We've heard there's a ton of history out here. Everything from mavericks of aviation, legendary storytellers, and a town mascot that's one of a kind.
Lookout stories, here we come.
All right, so where are we going today, Marley?
Today we're going to the cable station in Heart's Content. First of all, the name of the town.
I know, isn't
Just
that lovely?
swoon. It's so romantic and
You're
so sweet.
my heart's content.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know what they did there for the cable station? What that is?
No.
So that is the place where they laid the first transatlantic cable. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Heart's Content. You just gotta love the name.
Yeah, you do. This is such a cool place. You know what? I could live here without decorating it over again.
You could
Because
too.
just
Hey, hi.
Whoa.
Hi, ladies. Welcome to the
this
Hearts Content Cable
road.
Station.
Well, thank you.
Holy
You're Tara,
cow.
right?
Yes, I am. Cheers.
Wow, this place is so cool.
So this is the cable station.
Yeah.
And tell us about what does that mean?
So we're the landing site of the first successful transatlantic cable in 1866.
Okay.
And we're in operation for 99 consecutive years after that.
And you were talking about an actual cable that was laid under the ocean or way at the bottom of the ocean.
And that's not like a little tame ocean.
No.
That's got huge swells. How do they do that?
Make that word up, tame motion. But yeah, so it's
Tame ocean.
now tell us how this happened. How did they make this cable go into the ocean?
So the Great Eastern was set up with some very specialized equipment
Right.
that would carry the entire length of cable. There was 3 holding tanks. There was paying out machinery, and it was basically fed from the back of the ship to the bottom of the ocean in 2 weeks.
Wow.
What were there any kind of like you have to learn the dot dash thingy? Were there any kind of miscommunications? Did people like get it all mixed up or screwed up?
When they first sent out the
Yeah,
messages through the
exactly,
cable, yeah.
So one message that we know of for sure is it was see the judge at once and get excused. I can send a man in your place. But what the guy actually received was see the judge at once and get executed. I can send a man in your place.
Yes. That's a good one. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So they actually killed somebody.
No.
Well,
I think it was figured out before it got that far.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can send a man in your place.
So
You
there
think,
was
"Oh,
another one
that's
as
a pretty
well.
nice judge.
It was a congratulatory message to let them know that Sarah had had her child.
Yes.
So they actually send a message and they say, Sarah and little one are doing fine. But what the person actually received was Sarah and litter are doing fine. So what came, so-
that's a good way to know.
so
you're
what
having
came back was
twins or
actually, my
triplets.
good Lord, how many has she got? So I guess he thought she had some kittens or something.
Can we actually see where the cable comes in?
We most certainly can, right here at the end
wow.
of this walkway.
Okay, then. I'm doing it.
So these are the cables.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're just like raw cables, wires.
They're just naked in the beach.
Incredible. It's kind of mind blowing. And this is it. From here, from
That's
the
what
new world to
connected
the
us.
old world, this is it.
Exactly. And it's amazing to think of the information that would have been carried on these cables.
If
You
these
know?
wires could talk.
Really?
They can talk. That's what they were built for.
Can we high five you?
We certainly can.
Yeah,
Good
baby.
job.
I thought that was so cool. The whole
Yeah, it was.
concept of laying that cable underwater like that, amazing. It blew me away.
You know, about communication.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. This whole place is about communication.
Yeah. You know, I think this is a perfect day to visit the House of Stories.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be like this little shed. I
Right.
saw a picture of it, right? Little shed. It's going to be cozy. We're going to be tucked in there.
I mean, this is it.
But
I'll
look how
bet
beautiful this is. Like even in the rain.
you know what? If
Right?
I lived here, I bet you I could learn to tell a good story.
I'll bet you could.
This.
This little shed here. This is it. Yeah. Yeah. Stop. We're here.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
this is beautiful.
All right. I think this might be the place.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Right
there they are.
place.
Come in.
Yeah, that's it.
Come in. Well, hello.
Hi.
Hello there. How
I'm
you doing?
Good. What's
I'm
your
John.
doing good. How
John,
about
I'm
you?
Marley.
Hi, I'm Marilla.
I'm Cliff
Hi,
Jones.
Marley.
I'm John.
John.
John,
Hi, Marilla.
Pleased to
John.
meet you, Marilla.
You too. So what goes on in this little cabin?
Well, a lot of gossip, I suppose, and people trying to figure out what's going on in the community and keep it secret so they can get even with everybody else.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
have a feeling everything in this place has a story. Where do
Oh, I
you
would
get your
say.
stories?
In Newfoundland, if you want to know stories,
Yeah.
you just walk around and you listen from day to day. And stories just happen here because years ago we all lived with no electric lights. We were happy. We lived among fish flakes and dirt roads and people telling stories in the dark. Am I right? And that's the way it happened, buddy.
So that's why stories are so important, because you guys, that was your like TV.
Because part of our culture. That's who we are. We just
Yeah.
like to tell stories and yarns, especially about people we know. And if Clifford tells a story about someone I don't know, I know somebody like it.
Yeah.
There was an old fella here at one time called Gandy Bob Rogers, and he was a sailor. He sailed all over the world. And he told a story this time. He was on a big schooner. I think there's 20 or 25 men on the schooner with him, and they were down around the equator, and they got becalmed, no wind. And they were there for weeks and weeks, and after a while the situation got pretty desperate. And he said one day the devil jumped up on board. The devil went up to the captain. He said, "Captain," he said, "you give me 3 things to do." And he said, "If I can't do either one of them, I'll let you go. But he said, if I can do all 3, I'm going to have your souls." The captain said to the sailors, he said, "Go on, every sailor, bring every pillow you got." He brought the pillows out. He took the knife and he ripped the pillows open, and the feathers started to scatter. You know what feathers are like?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
started
yeah,
to scatter around. Now he said to the devil, "Get every one of them feathers back in the pillow." Well, he said, it wasn't no time at all. The devil was whirling around, he said, and he got all the feathers back in every single pillow. Not a feather left to be seen. So the captain said, okay. He called out to the mate. "Mate," he said, "bring up a grapple." Now, a grapple is a small anchor.
Okay.
"Bring up the grapple," he said. And then he took the hacksaw and he passed it to the mate. He said, "Saw that grapple in 2 pieces." And he sawed, and after a while he got them separated in 2 pieces. He took the 2 pieces and threw them overboard. Now he said to the devil, "You bring that grapple back in 1 piece." The devil jumped overboard, and sure enough, he wouldn't know time. Back it come and threw the grapple down on the deck. There you go. Now he said the captain didn't know what to do now. Bob said, I walked up to the captain. I said, "Captain, pass me the drawing bucket." That's the bailing bucket for bailing water, you know. So he said, I took the bucket and I walked up to the devil. I said, "Devil, you see the water on that side of the schooner? You bail it all on that side of the schooner." And I said, with that, the devil jumped over and never seen him again.
The water got him. The water got him.
Yeah, I got a quick one. Can I tell you guys a story?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I come from a long line of psychics, right? My grandfather was in a psychic society in the 1920s. My mother was a tea leaf reader. My sister's a tea leaf reader. So my brother decides he's going to go off, after living at home his whole life, to the Banff School of Fine Arts. So he heads off there, and he's having a great time, right? He's not thinking too much about home, and he goes like 6 months without even calling home, right? So my mom, who's very strong, had about enough of this. So she calls up the Banff School and she says, "I want you to start listing the phone booths that are on campus. You must have quite a few phone booths, right?" So they start to list off the phone numbers, right? About 27 of them. She gets about 27, and she goes, "That's the one. I want you to call that one." And they're like, "But ma'am, it's just a random phone booth on the campus." She said, "No, that's good. We're going to go with that one." So she's doing that. Just at the same moment, this is a true story, my brother is walking by with a bunch of his friends. So he hears the phone ring. And he goes, "Oh, guys, hey, don't worry about that. I'll get it. It's probably for me." So he goes and picks up the phone, and all he hears on the other side of the phone is, "Why the hell haven't you called your mother?"
Just imagine.
It was the one. It was
That's a
her.
good story, buddy.
That's a
It's a good story, and it's true. Yeah, no, she could find him.
That's an excellent
We couldn't
story,
hide
Bob.
from her. Guys, this was just fabulous. Thank you so much for letting us come into your Man cave. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, you're
That's
very
great.
welcome.
Really
Take care.
special.
All right, guys. See you again. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.
So
Yeah.
take care of yourself.
Well, you know what?
Man,
I
that
was totally enchanted by Clifford George.
Are you kidding me?
I was so,
He was amazing.
he was.
And I love that you can be in this area of the world. Probably the only area in the world you could get like a PhD in folklore. You know what I mean? Like you can be a doctor of storytelling. So this is one of the things I'm most excited about. She's a woman. She did one of the most amazing things ever, Amelia Earhart.
Oh
right?
my God,
So
yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm going to learn things about her that I never knew, and I'm actually going to see where she took off from.
Amelia Earhart, when I was young,
Yeah.
I mean, she was one of the few females that could really inspire your imagination to do something adventurous.
And
you know?
something very male.
Well, do we do our rendition of I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar?
Sure.
All right.
You always get the best parking spots.
Thanks. I'm pretty good. Oh,
Hey, this must
I
be
think
Pat.
that must be Pat.
How you doing?
Hi.
We're good.
I'm Pat Collins. I'm a local writer storyteller. Welcome to Harbour Grace.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks.
Beautiful place. So, is that the statue of Amelia over there?
That is. Yes, Amelia was, we claim her as a very own. She was
Oh,
here
really?
all of only 7 hours or so.
7 hours.
Yeah, but she's ours. She's ours, as you see. She's right here. And we're pleased to have her. Actually, she flew out of here in 1932, the first female to cross,
Yeah.
to fly by herself solo across the Atlantic from here. And she flew over, when she got over that side, she had to fly over the city of Londonderry, and she crash landed in a farmyard in Ireland. Yeah, just a few miles from Londonderry.
But she didn't hurt herself.
No, she got out, shook herself off, and she explained
That's
where she
pretty
was.
cool.
Yeah.
What a babe.
Yeah.
So she chose to come here,
Right.
to make her take off,
Yes.
to do her first Atlantic flight.
Yes.
And now, what did she take with her?
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting. She stayed in a local hotel here, Archibald's Hotel, and as I said, for just a few hours. But upon leaving, the proprietor of the hotel, a lady by the name of Rose Archibald, gave her some pea soup in a thermos, and she took that. That was all she took with her.
Really?
And she got into that airplane up here from our airfield and flew right across the Atlantic. Yeah.
And how long would the flight have taken?
Well, that's the other thing. It took 14 hours and 44 minutes to fly from Harbour Grace to Ireland. The first 4 hours was absolutely wonderful, clear skies. Then she started to have rain squalls. And so then it got darker and darker, unpredicted.
And she's alone on this plane.
After 4 hours, the manifold caught fire. And
Oh my
flames
gosh.
shooting out.
I didn't
and-
know that.
And that stayed on fire for that long as she flew across the Atlantic.
What?
Now, yes.
I think
I could see you
I think
doing
I
this.
could fly an airplane. I mean, if I can drive, you know, the van and the stick shift, why can't I fly over the Atlantic? You come with me, Marley, okay?
You have no idea how to fly an airplane. Why would I get in an
Well,
airplane with you?
Because I could do it, right?
You
Absolutely.
could do it.
The
But I would
only
take a
thing
lesson or
is, the
two.
only thing
Yeah.
is, I'd bring more food.
Definitely more
Okay,
than
I think I need more than a thermos of pea soup.
And how would you go to the bathroom?
Well, it was only 14 hours at that time. Maybe we can get a
What do you
fast.
mean only 14 hours? You've
know how
never
many
known
times
any
she
women.
Maybe we can get a fast airplane, right? A jet, that'll do it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Just stand beside her and give her
Okay,
a
give
hug.
her, give Amelia a little love.
Yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you.
Oh,
Well-
that was awesome. Thank you for those stories.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was great. I feel like I kind of know her now.
I guess you got a lot of stories from that van. You must have.
Oh, believe me. It's getting in and getting out is actually the hardest part of filming this whole thing.
I would imagine it was the same thing with the Lockheed Vega that she was getting in. You can
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
how hard that must have been.
Okay. Well,
We couldn't even get in the plane, never mind.
I would get you some steps.
Well,
Very
yeah,
nice.
Nice meeting you. I
Good
hope you
job.
enjoy the rest of the visits to the town.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We're home.
What a wonderful day. So many good stories. So I'm gonna fly you to the moon.
Yeah, baby.
But we have to stop at least once in those 14 hours to pee.
Oh, and maybe
Because-
get a snack or two, because I don't think a little can of soup's gonna do me
Oh,
for the
no
whole 14
way.
hours. Where are we off to today?
We are off to see the town of Dildo.
Oh, yes.
And we are looking for
Captain Dildo.
Yep.
Okay, so keep your eyes open. 'Cause
All right.
We've got to find someone who can
Well,
tell
I'm
us.
going to keep my eyes open for the driving. You keep your eyes open for people.
Okay, because we need someone to tell us where Captain Dildo is. Oh, this lady here.
Are you going to...
Yeah, I'm just going to
Okay.
ask these people here.
All right.
Excuse me, have you seen Captain Dildo? Hey, can you tell us where Captain Dildo is?
Okay, do you know what Captain Dildo is? Hi! So we're on the hunt for Captain Dildo. Do you guys happen to know where he is?
House on the left-hand side.
Oh,
Yeah, so just keep driving straight.
Woohoo!
all right, we've got some directions. So some people say he's on the pier, others say he lives next door. It's got to be this guy.
It's got to
here.
be this guy because...
They said he'd be the only one on the wharf, right?
Okay, and that's him. Okay,
This is it. This is Captain Dildo.
this is Captain Dildo.
Come on, let's go.
All right.
Wow. Hi, Captain.
Oh my goodness. In the flesh.
Are you Captain Dildo?
Yes, I am.
For real?
That's so wonderful.
You're the real
Yes,
Captain
I'm
Dildo.
You
We
don't
did it.
understand. We've been looking for you all day.
Yeah. So
you found
good to
me.
actually...
So where are
Wow.
Well, we're from Vancouver.
you? Well, welcome to the community.
Well, thank you so much. So what is the story of Captain Dildo?
Yeah, who is the real Captain Dildo?
Okay, I'll tell you the origin of Captain Dildo. Captain Dildo was created through my son. He was only about 10 years old. He's singing. He said, Dad, do you think we can get a Captain Dildo? We got Captain Canada. Can we have a Captain Dildo? And that's about 30 years ago. And I said, certainly. I said, so I went to work and I picked up some stuff and I made a Captain Dildo, but it never lasted. There was always somebody stealing the Captain
He
Dildo.
had a little Captain Dildo.
Oh, he was big.
Oh, so it was like a big statue.
8-foot stature, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think this town is called Dildo?
Well, I've been doing research on this all my life. I realized that there's a short sword in Spain called a bilbo, a B-I-L-B-O. But knowing how things got changed around, like the
Yeah, we've heard about that.
so
yeah.
it got changed from bilbo to dildo. But the reason for the short sword is because the land coming in here looks like a short sword, so it may have been still from the Spanish people.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Captain,
Well
for
done.
everything.
Really glad that you enjoyed it.
Oh,
Really glad you
we
enjoyed
loved it. Oh,
We're so
we're over the moon.
Well, we're searching to find the real captain.
Absolutely.
Okay, something like Santa Claus, only one.
Exactly.
Only
right.
one, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
I was taken with the captain. I don't know what it was.
Hey, listen. Am I dewy fresh?
Yes. How's my hair?
You look good.
It's a little
Yeah.
wild though, isn't it?
No.
So now we're going to talk to Lionel.
Lionel.
He knows all about this town, the origin of the name. Are you Lionel?
I am Lionel.
Fantastic. I am Marley.
Marley, nice to meet you.
I'm Morella.
Morella,
Hi.
beautiful to meet you.
Can we have a seat and have a
Have
chat
a
with
seat.
you?
Let's have a chat.
Let's-
Oh, this is great to meet you. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Oh, no problem at all.
So tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Lionel Rodriguez, and I'm the brewer here at Dildo Brewing Company.
Wow.
Yep. So me and one of the owners brew all the beer here, and so yeah, it's a fun, creative experience. We get to utilize a lot of different local flavors and craft our own tasty beers. So.
Now, tell us a little bit about the origin of this town. So how did it come to be? How did it come to have this name?
Yeah.
Well, the town originated. Newfoundland was basically settled because of exceptionally rich fishing grounds. So it was in constant contest with different European cultures, basically. There's lots of speculation on where the name came from, but different people will give you different answers. My personal view, there's an island just across that head over there called, it's called Dildo Island. My view is that island, the French would call it the island of water, because there's water springs on the island, which is why they settled it.
Right.
So the French translation for island of water is Île d'eau,
Dildo.
or the island of water is Dildo.
Dildo.
Oh, that
Right?
makes
Yeah.
sense. Right.
So the English, hearing the French say Dildo,
Dildo.
naturally transfer into dildo.
See, I said it was a musical name, didn't I?
You sure
Dildo.
did. Did you want to sing your song again? Maybe not.
No.
Thank you so much for your time. This was very
Yeah.
informative.
Thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you ladies. and I hope
Very
you enjoy
nice
your
to
trip.
meet you. Great
Awesome.
place
Great
here.
time.
Thanks,
Love
you
it.
too.
Take care.
So what are we going to order? How about a stout dildo?
Ooh. Yoo-hoo!
We've got to see this sign closer.
Yeah. I right here. Right in front of us, see? That's why I pulled over. Wow, look at that. It's just like the Hollywood sign,
It's
isn't
exactly
it?
like that.
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
I feel better. I feel like, we've done it now. That was great.
Thanks.
I love that.
Thanks, baby.
I think everyone should come to Dildo, don't you think so?
Yeah, they're very welcoming.
Yeah.
They're just salt of the earth, hospitable. Man, love it.